Hello.
All right.
Hi, John.
Hi.
I guess you'd be off work.
Yeah, yeah. Well,
Yeah.
yeah, so just because I have time off anyway, on paid leave.
Yeah. Is that how long have you got off?
Well, end of the year.
Okay. Go back on the 4th or something.
I think it's a second.
Okay.
No, it might be on the fourth actually, because I think it's on the first Monday anyway. After.
Yeah, that's the 4th. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's when I'm off till.
Yeah.
My I'm working on a huge. Well, it's Bideby Court. Still working on the same place.
Yeah.
But it's been closed down because the client got COVID.
Okay.
Yeah. So we had an extra week off. But we're back on the 4th of January.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's been quite nice actually. It basically means I have 3 weeks off.
Yeah.
But yeah, I got your email the other day. I didn't reply because, to be honest, I was dealing with stuff,
Yeah.
and there was just a lot. It was really intense.
Yeah.
So yeah, I thought I'd give you a call. I think Mum's spoken to you anyway to tell you what's
Was
been
this?
going on. Yeah, current bullshit situation.
Yeah, I know. It's crap.
Yeah, yeah.
Now, so is he beating her up as well now?
He hadn't. So, well, what had happened is
Well,
she.
had some problem with the police or something. But Mum was talking about how he was beating her up and stuff like that. So.
Have you only heard Mum's side of things?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So, yeah. Well, not that. Basically, what happened is that Will apparently has for months has been like having mood swings and as usual, no change there.
Yeah.
And there was one incident where he'd gone into the living room and Mum was sat in there and he smashed up a bookcase in front of her and then destroyed family photographs, literally destroyed them, smashed them and then scratched out faces and stuff like that, ripped up. This is in front of her, and she didn't do it. She didn't do anything. She just sort of sat there.
Yeah.
Said, "What are you doing?" And then just didn't do anything. So she's obviously just too scared to move or in shock. But that was like a build up to it. And then about a month later, she said that she was going. I think she was going out somewhere on Saturday, and he had been asleep for like a day, in bed for like all day for the day before. And then he got up the next morning when she was about to go out and he grabbed her by the back of the neck and he forced her into her bedroom and then he threw her down on the floor in her bedroom.
Yeah.
And she fell, sort of twisted as well. So she's got bruising from that.
Yeah, I heard this one. And then he grabbed her by the face and started yelling at her or something.
Yeah, put his hands over her face and started shouting into her face he's going to kill himself and it was really insane, intense stuff. Not last week, the week before last, because I'd gone over there after this had happened at the weekend. I'd gone over there to basically, because obviously he got arrested and then he was told he couldn't come back and then he came back. But in the meantime, I'd gone over there and basically said to Mum, there's no way that he can live with you. This is insane.
Yeah.
So I went and secured the house. I went and sort of put screws in the windows and stuff where the windows had failed.
All right. I heard he was living in the straw hut or something.
Well, the idea at the time was that he wasn't supposed to come back. I mean, that was the official viewpoint, was that he was not allowed in the house. So, I obviously didn't want him coming back in the night, do something mad. So I made it so that the house was secure from the inside.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's basically snuck back in.
Yeah.
And he kind of is so sneaky. He basically tried to creep round her several times.
Yeah.
Make her sleep in the straw bale, and turns out that there's apparently no electricity down there.
Yeah.
So he's got to, so he's like, I can't sleep down there. I've got to go into my room.
Yeah.
So he snuck back into his room.
Mm-hmm.
And so fucking,
Yeah, of course, you can't go to the YMCA like anybody else would. Yeah.
Oh, you can. Yeah, exactly. I mean, anyway, the week before last, after he'd been arrested, after he'd been told he couldn't come back, and then he turned back up there.
Yeah.
Mum phoned me up when I was at work. I mean, I was literally, working, and basically, he was there, and she said, "Oh, he's here." And I said, oh, okay. So I had to speak to him on the phone. He was just fucking mental, like, proper, like, crazy shouting abuse, like stream of abuse, just a load of ridiculous, mad accusations.
Yeah.
And I didn't say very much to him. Because he was basically, his whole thing was, he's hard done by, poor me, 10 years of my life, blah blah.
Yeah.
I've sacrificed myself.
Right.
And
I know it's all bullshit as well, and it's really paper thin. It's like that stupid scheme they had of building another floor on the house, to get a bit of extra rent money, and wasting like £40,000, and all they needed to do was allow couples in the house. And it cost virtually nothing, and that's all we got, and we still got getting about the same money.
Yeah,
we've got one couple. If we had one more person in the house, we'd have like as many as you'd have in the house as it was with a couple living upstairs. But I mean, still you're talking like splitting hairs compared to £40,000 going down the drain.
Yeah, well, that's just
and it was illegal. And what was wrong with them thinking that they could get away with it?
He's William Warrington.
Yeah, I know. It's just ridiculous. It's like, what planet do you live on? What town do you think this is? It's obviously it's going to get reported on.
Yeah, I remember. Yeah, obviously, yeah. It's just a symptom of his madness, isn't it?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, it's just like this mad scheme where I can build another level on the house because some whore in my brain was telling me I could.
Yeah. But yeah, absolutely. But so where it stands at the moment, Will is currently back at home, back at Mum's house.
Yeah,
they're living in the same house, which is fucking like it's hideous. It's just like
I know, there are cables all over the place and stuff like that.
Yeah, but it's kind of like he's so far gone. He just doesn't give a shit about anybody.
Yeah.
Apparently, he's been like doing stuff like creating washing up, just like he'll just like make a mess, leave it.
Yeah, well, that's what happens in the house.
Yeah.
So he sort of mirrors what he sort of like gets the tenants, so like him. Yeah, it's great. We've got one of them's having a talk to by some guy called Roderick or something. Apparently works for the council or something because he hasn't paid a penny rent.
Oh.
Yeah, that's him. You just had to shut the door.
Okay. Yeah. So yeah, that's Will sent he sent emails as well, which you saw obviously.
Yeah.
I think you've seen all of them because
he was having a go at me, and he goes, "If you want to live like a baby your life, that's fine." It's like, yeah, I know. Obviously talking about himself because he's living with his mum, and it's just like there's no point even communicating with him.
No, there's not. That's the thing.
And another thing was he had an email about me. Oh, I'm sick of hearing your immature rants. It's like. I never say things that are immature. What are you talking about? Fucking hell.
Pot kettle, yeah.
Yeah. I know. It's just not worth getting worked up about it, but
No, it really isn't. It really isn't. But
it's just him projecting his disgusting personality. His
transference.
Yeah. His absolutely obnoxious behaviour onto other people, and then accusing.
Yeah. No. Have you ever? It's a psychological term called transference.
Yeah, I hear about narcissism and stuff like that. I know about narcissism. There's not really much to it. It's that everything has to revolve around me. It's when you got an ego and everything has to revolve around the ego. There's this Indian woman I'm subscribing to her on YouTube, and she's just got hours and hours and hours of material about narcissism, and it's like, they're really nice in public, and then in private, they're all beating you up and stuff.
Yeah.
So they don't need to listen to hours of that stuff. It's sort of quite really basic. You just need to get away from them or get them out of your life any way you can.
Basically, yeah.
They're just parasites. They're parasites. And and she'll do it sort of like the womanly way, and she'll say, "Oh, but they do this and that." No, they're parasites. I mean, it's like you don't walk around with your own shit around your ass. Well, some people do, but
agents
you get it out and you dispose of it or whatever. Keep it away from you. Don't invite them back in and stuff, because they have this projection. They project onto other people. You see, like, oh, he must be nice and he's got a good heart or crap like that. It doesn't mean anything.
Yeah, transference is when you say that other people are doing the things that you're doing.
Yeah.
So basically,
they're jealous. Same thing as projection, I think.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, transference is a bit more detailed, but yeah, projection is like literally where you project your own personality onto something you see.
That's it. I think it's their
full title. In movies, when they watch movies, they project themselves. So they have these false image of themselves, and they project that onto the heroes. So they don't realise that the heroes are assholes in movies.
Yeah. I think the full title is Intrapersonal Transference. I think that's what it is.
Okay.
I think but he does.
Yeah, it's sort of like psychic leeching. Yeah.
Well, just like they're
feeding off this idea of somebody else. I know. I see it. I see it a lot, and yeah, I see it of people reacting to me as if I'm doing stuff. Like I'm responding to them and they're trying to traumatize me, and I'm just like not even. I know they're there, but I'm not even registering them. And it's like, yeah, I know the problem. This is really hurt, sort of thing. I had it a few times at school as well, and I was just like, it's just like pathetic little dwarves. They're just missing the pitchforks, really.
Yeah,
and the tails, and the horns.
So that's kind of at the moment. So the way where I've gone with it is that.
Oh, I have one other story about it as well. He was having a go at me because when Ned and Natasha were in town, they were asking me about the house, and obviously I said about the tenants, and that was when there was a heroin needle apparently in the house, and the police had been called, and one of the tenants tried to kill himself and throw himself out the top of the house and stuff like that. Yeah. And it was like that, like all the time, and so I was talking about that because obviously that was in response to their question. He was like, he was trying to have a go at me for speaking about what's happening in my life, and I was just fuck off. Just can't be bothered with you. You're trying to bully me, basically. Just like, you're trying to stop me from talking.
Right. So what? Hang on. What? He came out. He was at the house.
Yeah. When he was moaning at me, and he started putting on a woman's voice, and it was just like, oh, "I'm sorry, we couldn't do everything for you," or something like that. It was just, whatever.
Yeah.
He's always imitating other people, but they're mainly holes in his brain.
Holes
or whores, miserable, disgusting whores that are in his brain, and so he's playing out from, and like sex obsessed person. He's homosexual as well, so it shows the characteristics of one anyway. Just really gets up on him. What were you saying anyway?
So basically, I had the week before last, I had a phone call from Mum saying it was here, and I said to him, basically I only said like three things to him. I said you assaulted Mum, you can't live there, and because he was going on about, before that he was going on about my struggle, 10 years, blah blah blah, and I just said I don't care. You assaulted Mum. You're not. You can't live there. Mm-hmm. And that was literally all I said to him, because that's all I.
I know. He said like he secured the back of the house, and I don't know if I sent you a photo of it. There's a piece of we had like a security door, a fire door, which apparently cost like £500 to replace, and the wind was blowing one day, and somebody smashed the door because the wind was blowing, smashed it to pieces, whatever. And so he's apparently having to pay. But the door hasn't been replaced, and I think it's like over 3 months now. So this has been an immature rant of mine. And what they've done is they've replaced the fire door with a piece of plywood. It's just surreal. There's a piece of plywood protecting the back of the property.
Oh, God.
Yeah, I could send you a photo of it. It's still there. And it was just like, Mum saying, sometime late in January they might be able to replace the door, because they wanted to get Clive to do it, and he was like, it's going to take me forever to do anything. He was saying this is all because I take forever to do anything at them. It's like they all know each other. It's all sort of like inbred spies.
Weird.
Yeah. I was like, I'll definitely pay you, sort of thing. So they, like, 12 weeks later, he probably paid like 50p or something. Yeah, but the door probably cost about £500 to replace.
Crikey. Yeah. What I did. So what I've done is I just got to the stage where I just thought we shouldn't have to be dealing with this like by ourselves.
Yeah.
So basically it's I've given Mum the number for like a direct domestic abuse line.
Yeah.
Obviously, this is all top secret. It can't be spoken about.
She's already spoken to the police about it. Well, the police spoke to her.
I know.
Several times.
I know. I get the impression that they would have already told her this, but she.
I know. I imagine her whole life that she's been told this.
Yeah, and it was basically through a friend of mine who knows about these things, and he said the best thing you can do is to put her in contact with a local support group that can help her with the kind of coercion and that side of things. And basically what it means is in a lot of times in these cases that the person won't want to dob in their family member even though they're doing horrible stuff, but there's a support group there that are kind of available for them so they can talk about stuff. But it also means that if there is a line that's crossed, then things happen.
Yeah,
it shouldn't just be phoning me up and when I'm at work.
I
was like, what the fuck can I do from there? I can say something on the phone, but there's certain there's lines in the sand that have been crossed, and he physically assaulted her, which is completely unacceptable. And as a result, that's the point where you go, right, this is where the authorities need to get involved, basically.
Yeah.
And he obviously knows that that's happening. He knows that if he tries anything, then she'll just call the cops.
You've already done that. Okay, great.
Well, I haven't.
You already sent them the letter or whatever. Sent them a note.
All I've done is I've researched a local support group for domestic violence.
Yeah.
And I sent her the link to that, and she said she would contact them. But there's that's it. But Rosie, so you must not speak about this to anybody, because if this gets back to Will, it might cause problems. And basically Rosie's come up with because I was going to call them, and I thought, shit, what do I say? Because there's so much that's happened.
Yeah.
And what are the kind of important points that you get across?
We just need to say what happened recently, and then you follow up with the history.
Just like an appraisal.
You don't need a
summary of events.
Yeah, like a War and Peace or something like that.
Yeah, exactly. So Rosie put together basically a list of things that have happened, like important bits of information. And I need to call her, actually. She's going to get in contact with them. So independently of Mum, because I know what Mum's like, she probably won't do it.
Yeah.
Because she doesn't like, she won't like the kind of stigma that be associated with going to a support group like that. Because she wants to live in her little fantasy world. And like Ned said the other day, I could totally see her, because amongst other things, she wants like the millions of pounds that she's probably never going to get. She's basically still thinking about this stupid deal. Not her own personal safety. And I
asked her about that. I say what's happening with the property, and she said that the Plymouth Brethren people, they just like been over to that property a few times, and they just look around. They just like knock on the door and say, "Can we look around?" And and then they just go and look around. I suppose they say yes. But Williams made it this whole fantasy where he's in contact with them, and going to meetings and.
Yeah. that's kind of. I think I'm probably up to speed now. That's what's going on, but it's. Mum and Ned actually mentioned about Christmas and what are you doing, but
isn't it much? Well, they can't do anything because they can't even leave London.
No, they can't. The thing is, I mean, we don't know what to do because we haven't got anything planned.
Yeah.
We would have. What I was going to suggest is you can come over for Christmas lunch, but I'm a little bit kind of concerned because there's this new strain of COVID.
Yeah.
And I don't know. What do you think? I mean.
Well, I haven't shown any symptoms of it.
No.
It's totally up to you. I mean, you can still do the 2 meters distance. That's easy.
Yeah.
So, I mean, with your house, it's going to be possible to be 2 meters apart. But, it's totally up to you. I mean,
do it,
you have a garden.
It's a bit fucking cold.
So it's not like it's going to be hot and sunny. It might be. You never know.
Yeah, it's one of those. I'll have a chat with Sarah and see what we think.
Yeah, there's no sweat about it. If that thing happens, it'd just be sort of like a bit of a dull day for me. But I always got things to do, activities to do. So
I mean, we could. I was thinking if we didn't, I don't know, maybe we could go for a walk in the park or something. But then I don't know. It just seems a bit miserable to not have a Christmas dinner. But I'll have a chat with Sarah.
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, I mean, even if it's just like a regular dinner, it doesn't need to be fancy.
Okay. Well, you're happy.
Takeaway or something if there's any takeaway shops open on that day. But
no, that's not. It's not that. It's just if you're happy to kind of mingle with us.
Yeah, that's fine. I'm not bothered about getting infected.
Yeah, I mean, we haven't. I got tested not last Friday, the Friday before.
Yeah.
And I was clear. So.
When I was at work, I got tested every day. They shoot a gun at me and get my temperature.
Oh, the temperature test. Yeah, we've got one of those digital thermometers. So
Okay. Is that where you had to stick it in your mouth? Yeah, I don't. Yeah. That'd be horrible.
No, so it's like an infrared thing. You fire it at your forehead.
Oh, it's gun. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, and take your temperature that way.
That's right.
Okay. All right. So you're okay with coming over?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I'll have a chat with Sarah and I'll get back to you. But we should be able to do something. Yeah,
I mean, don't worry. If I wake up and I have a cold or something, I won't come over. I won't come over like. Death's door or something. Did you hear about Clive as well? He's been sectioned, according to Mum. So I don't know if there's any news on that.
Yeah.
You heard about that?
Yeah.
It didn't make sense. He was being racist or something, and it sounded like some made up story, like the line of police with guns. It's like, where did they get those guns from? Line of police with guns out waiting outside the house.
Yeah. I heard there was a big response to him going mental.
Yeah.
Fucking Warrington madness.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, exactly. So, I don't think there's anything much happening with the house. That property. I looked up because she hasn't obviously paid me a single penny or even mentioned it.
Oh, the money she owes.
Yeah. It's $4,000, but it's on the Lloyd's Bank. On my bank account, it's a transference of $4,000. The description of loan, and it's got her account on it. So I mean, I could take it up with the bank and ask them to get that money off her. If she doesn't wake up a bit. But I haven't done anything so far about it. It is annoying though, because obviously that was my life savings, and obviously the situation we've been in last few years is exactly what I had saved up for.
Yeah.
And it is ridiculous. It's totally about face that I'm the one feeding the family, sort of thing, when them who wasted millions of pounds in investment. Because a Haston house that's worth like £666,000 pounds or something.
No, it's not. That's the thing.
Isn't it? That's when I checked it on the internet. So yeah.
Yeah, I know, but no one's going to pay that for that.
No, I know. That's including the land, but
that house is literally that house is like you just get a bulldozer and push it over.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was planning on doing. She hadn't paid me. And it wouldn't cost much, like 50 quid or something. There you go. Yeah, so I checked the value of the old vicarage, and that's like £1,840,000.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's for sale, but it said if it was for sale, it'd be valued at that amount. And I was like, you know.
Yeah.
Why did they make such bad decisions? Just ridiculous.
Literally, like I said, you know, like I think if they put their financial security in the hands of a child, they'd probably
or somebody just demented or hallucinating and listening to voices in their head and stuff. So sort of people that when it rains they blame me, you know. Like, why would I be interested in rain? You know?
Well, that's what, you know. That's what all this bullshit about, you know, my struggle, you know, and it's like this is all on you and Mum.
It's all the fucking voices in his head and the mental problems he's caused himself because of his disgusting personality, you know.
Yeah.
Because nobody wants. I just don't know about anybody else, but I don't want to know him. I never wanted to, really.
No, well, unfortunately, he's. I mean, obviously, I lived with him for a bit when we were living back at Haverton.
Yeah.
Which is bad enough, but he's basically got no. He's got no hardly any healthy habits. You know, so like just the normal day-to-day living stuff he doesn't do, like, which is really important to do. Like,
what does he do? What, he doesn't flush the toilet or something?
Well, he doesn't do anything for himself. You know, he doesn't cook, he doesn't clean.
I know. Yeah, he's living like a baby. I know.
Yeah, he doesn't do any of those things, and he doesn't, you know, he doesn't socialise. He's
got all his friends that he had given to him.
Well, his friends
from boarding school or whatever.
He has got one friend, Dan.
Yeah.
But I think even him kind of scraps with
everything he's got has been given to him. He's such an idiot, and he realised that he's just being manipulated by people. You know, he's weak-minded and stuff. You know. It's the case all his whole life, and with other people in the family as well. And Clive would be an example, but that's nature of life. You know, that's how it is. If you're weak-minded, other people make your decisions for you. He's such an idiot. He thinks he comes up with these ideas, these amazing schemes. And it was just all a way of like, let's see how we can waste their money.
Well, I think just over the years, I think it would have always gone this way.
Yeah.
I think he's always been, he's had a problem.
Well, yeah, it's like a gambler, isn't it? If you give somebody who's a gambling addict, and you know they're not good at gambling, they're going to waste all the money on their addiction. You know, feeding their addiction.
Yeah. I mean, crazy decisions that's happened.
Yeah, that's it. I mean, I'm annoyed that I gave any money to her at all because it was all. But then, you know, probably be in even worse financial situations. But he posted a link to that stupid movie, or was it Property Seizure? You seen it?
No.
Oh, he posted a link. He sent.
Oh, that. I didn't. To be honest, I saw the email, but I deliberately didn't click on it because I didn't know. I didn't want to know what madness it was.
Yeah. Well, it is YouTube, so it's not gonna be like child porn. But it was just about how like the government's going to seize all the property, and it's all being planned, and coronavirus was planned, and it's all to take advantage of people who were forced silent and being muzzled. That's what they say. And being muzzled, kept silent, and it's like, no, you're a liar. Nobody sees you on social media, because you don't do anything on there. You know, you don't. You have. They've had. It's programming for spoiled brats, and they've had every opportunity to speak out, but they just come with the same mindless nonsense.
Yeah.
Lizard people, all that sort of stuff. And it's just that's blatantly laughable. You know, it's on the face of it, it's laughable.
Yeah. yeah.
Like David Icke looks like a lizard person. He's going, "Oh, lizard people, let's get you." Yeah. And he's like, he does these big speeches, and he's surrounded by handlers and stuff, and he's just like, he's a pawn in other people's plans, and people just don't see it. And it's really obvious. Yeah. They watch movies about that sort of stuff, or there's a prisoner and stuff like that, but
Yeah, I know some of the ideas he comes out with would make great movies.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Handmade. That's a cool idea for a film. But,
yeah, you just can't take him too seriously though. He's just so biased and spins everything around. It's like all is one and all this sort of stuff. That's just cultish talk.
Yeah, well, it's a kind of like
it just appeals to weak-minded, spoilt brats, basically, and it's so much easier for them because it's their default state, and it's because they've got away with things all their lives. They just carry on with that, thinking that they're wonderful people. Like the spoilt brat thinks he's a wonderful person because they've got away with things so often. It's like, I can do this because people love me, or I have special powers. And it's just simply it's like fed back into their lives, that they can get away with doing things.
Yeah, I just didn't. I saw it as a YouTube link, and I thought, because a lot of the time when we were living there, he spent a lot of time on the computer.
Yeah, it's just you can watch it. I mean, there's nothing.
No, I didn't think it would be anything like, oh my god. I thought it'd just be madness. And
yeah, it is, and it's just sickening when you hear it. This woman, it's like a monologue of this woman running around in the night, looking at buildings, and it was like, we could have everything, but they did this and they did that, and no, they didn't. You let it happen? You didn't speak out. You didn't say anything sensible at the time. I mean, what do you expect? What you're getting now is the end result of your own inaction. It's karma or whatever you want to be new agey about it. Yeah, so I did a dislike on it anyway. So I expect that got back, and then I posted it somewhere else, and I did a meme of this dog. There's this little yappy dog, a Dachshund, I think it is, and it's like this dog looks so sweet, but it can say really nasty stuff, and he goes, "Your little movie sucks." And then the last bit is about a good guy crying.
Yeah, I do wonder how long it's going to be until people finally get clued up on the internet, and the fact that you can, there's all kinds of bullshit on there. It's going to.
I don't think they ever will. There's loads of people who are totally unaware of it, and they're just as bad.
Yeah, and it's just appealing to their own kind of prejudices.
Yeah, that's it. Oh, yeah. I mean, the internet's waiting for them in a way, those prejudiced people, because they'll only see stuff they like.
Yeah, confirmation bias.
The algorithms will figure them out, after a few searches. So they'll just type down, and it's like, I don't want to see this. I don't want to see that. Let's talk about freedom. I don't want to see this.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So
oh, John, I'm gonna have to. I actually need to go to the loo.
Okay. Well, I might see you on Christmas Day.
Yeah. What is Christmas Day Friday?
Well, it's Monday today, so yeah, it is.
Okay. I think if you're happy to come over, then we'll do something, even if it's just like a roast chicken or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool.
Okay.
All right. We'll say yes then, and I'll give you a call and let you know what time.
Okay. Yeah. I don't want to hold you up. You wanted to go to the toilet. Okay, that's great. Yeah.
All right, John. Yeah. I'll speak to you soon. Yeah.
Okay. See you.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.